Hi everyone, it's Kino here, and this is day 1 of the Yoga Is Challenge. This brand new challenge is a full 1-month journey into the heart of what yoga is. The challenge is called the Yoga Is Challenge, and I designed it perfectly paired so that each day takes you into a journey where you can ask the question, what is yoga? What is yoga? You can answer that for yourself, and you'll find that there's not one definitive answer. This question of what yoga really is at the heart of what keeps you coming back to your mat. So here we are on a brand new day, starting a brand new challenge, and I want to encourage you to jump in to the practice with an open heart, to continue to ask yourself this question of what yoga really is. So day 1, we're starting off with yoga is commitment. And this is something that I find is really important when you're beginning the journey of yoga. You want to commit yourself to the practice. And commitment, ideally, is not something that comes from kind of an intellectual idea, as though you say, I want to commit to yoga. But the best commitments are those that really come from your heart, as though when you naturally are drawn to something and you naturally feel love and devotion and you naturally feel like, wow, I really want to do this. Those are the best types of commitments. If it's only in the mind, then what usually ends up happening is that life intercedes. I have it all the time too. I have a commitment to practice yoga 6 days a week, and some days the practice gets away from me because I start answering emails, or I start cleaning the house, or I start doing 1,000 other things. Well, when the practice of yoga starts to feel like it sits so deeply in your heart that it's just a part of your life, then that's when the commitment to the practice becomes kind of effortless. Of course, as we start our yoga challenge, I'm going to be guiding you through a practice based around the concept of commitment. So the practice is available on Omstars.com. It's free for everyone, so you can go to Omstars.com and sign up for the challenge. Free for everyone. The videos are live. They're there as soon as you sign up. You get a free month of Omstars, and you can do the physical practice. But I'm going to be here on live talking to you about the philosophy and the deeper lessons of what yoga really is. Feel welcome to ask questions in the comments. Feel welcome to leave me questions on Instagram, on omstars.com, and I'll do my best to answer them. So one of the biggest obstacles I find to commitment is just how busy our lives can really be. So sometimes you get up in the morning with the idea of, okay, I want to do my yoga practice. One of the biggest tips that I can give you to stay the course for committing to your practice is to put your yoga clothes somewhere really, really close to your bed, so that you'll basically step on your yoga clothes the moment you get out of bed in the morning, and then you just put that outfit on right away. There's something about wearing the outfit that kind of makes you feel like, okay, I am going to do this. If you're already in the outfit, the idea of taking the yoga clothes off to go and do something else is kind of a detriment, right? It's kind of like an obstacle to not doing yoga. So I find that really, really helps. I put on my yoga clothes first thing in the morning, and that helps me get on to the mat. The second thing I think is really useful is if you have the luxury of having the space of a yoga mat to be permanently unrolled around your living room or around your house, you can leave your yoga mat out and then just go stand on it around the time that you set to practice. Another thing that helps with commitment is to actually make a calendar appointment with yourself so that you can practice at approximately the same time every day. When you practice at different times throughout the day, it's kind of distracting and disturbing for the body. It also impacts when you're going to be eating. And when you try to start practice and you're really, really hungry, there's really no way that you're going to get, a really good practice in. So make an appointment with yourself. Try to have it be as close to the same time as you can every day, and that will also help you create a routine, create momentum, create inertia, so that you can stay with your commitment to keep practicing. Now, another thing that's really, really helpful is to have what's called a sangha, or a spiritual community around you, a community of friends that are going to motivate you to practice. If you practice at a local studio and you know that your friend is going to meet you there and you're going to share a yoga class, it increases your likelihood of actually showing up to the class. That's also why I designed these yoga challenges, so that you can have kind of a virtual sangha. You can have a space where you can connect with people from all over the world and actually join together, united around the commitment to practice practice yoga. You can comment and like each other's posts and support each other and give kind of a thumbs up and say, awesome, I'm so glad you joined the practice. This community on Omstars is really flourishing from people all over the world. Every day I get messages from people that say that because of the online support for yoga classes, because of the online support that we provide, they're able to dive deeper into the practice, get back on the mat. Particularly if you live really far away from a yoga community, having some sort of online or virtual Sangha is really important to increase your commitment to the practice. It's like if there's no accountability, then it's sort of hard to say, okay, well, I'm going to get on my mat and no one's going to see me. There's no teacher there to check in with me. But if you join a challenge like this month's challenge, the Yoga Is Challenge, you'll be getting emails every day with a new video for you to practice. I'll be writing a blog every day about the theme of the day. So you'll be able to really feel like you're part of something. And that makes you just that little bit more inspired to get on the mat and practice. All right. Yoga is a practice. And when you commit to the practice, again, that's just such an important and integral part of the essence of what it means to do yoga. You don't need to be particularly strong, flexible. You don't need to be any particular age, size, shape, or anything like that to practice. All the poses are modifiable and adjustable according to your own body, according to where you are in terms of your life. The last thing that I want to say about commitment is that sometimes people feel like they have to do it all or nothing. And this type of thinking is called all or nothing thinking. And it's really actually a detriment to actually committing to doing the work of what yoga practice really is. When you engage in all or nothing thinking, you say to yourself, I'm either going to do this entire big, huge practice or I'm going to do nothing at all. So I would encourage you to let that go. I always like to say that you can get on the mat for as little as 5 minutes a day, and that can make a difference. Continuity is more important to your commitment than trying to bust out a big 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour yogathon once a week. So if you're joining the challenge, you're not able to complete the video, that's okay. Commit to yourself that you'll do at least the first 5 minutes of practice every day. Get on the mat. That's all that matters. It doesn't need to be your best yoga practice ever. For example, I committed to myself that I was going to practice today. This is the first day of the challenge and I wanted to do my own practice too. So here I am practicing, and I gotta say, today's practice was really tight and heavy and I just felt super low energy. It might have been the vegan pizza I ate last night, but we can't exactly say for sure. But I just felt so stiff and heavy and like I could hardly move, but I was still there practicing. And I used to, in the past, that would have left me feeling kind of defeated and feeling like, man, what's wrong? But now I've learned after over 20 years of practice that every time you get on the mat, that is a good practice. That's a good practice. It doesn't need to be your best practice ever, just that you're on the mat, you appreciate it, you give thanks for it, and you let it be enough. That in and of itself is a wonderful and beautiful lesson to understand that commitment isn't all or nothing. It's not like you're going to do it all or you may as well just quit right now. A little bit every day goes a long way. I like to think of the practice as a daily ritual, something that really gets integrated so deeply into the fabric of your being that you just don't question anymore whether or not you're going to do the practice. I like to say that it's a little bit like brushing your teeth. I would imagine that every single one of you has brushed your teeth this morning. If not, you should go do it right now. And then also that we'll probably also brush our teeth, hopefully, and maybe floss too, this evening before bed. This is not something that you really need to exert a lot of effort into. It's not like you need to rally the troops and kind of think about, okay, here we go, like let's do it, let's brush our teeth, here we go. Maybe if you have young kids, you have to do it, but by the time you are over 16 years old, hopefully the ritual of brushing the teeth first thing in the morning, last thing at night is so established, it just doesn't take any extra effort. Well, if your yoga practice is a daily ritual just like that, it's a new habit, it's a new kind of formation in the pattern of your life, and then your commitment to the practice will be effortless and easy, just like brushing the teeth. I will tell you that I have good discipline naturally. If I take something on, I commit to it, I start doing it, I know that there's a certain amount of time it takes before something gets really, really integrated into the practice of your daily life. So I think they say that it's something like minimum like 1 month, but better 3 months of consistent doing that same thing repeatedly in order for it to be an established habit. So when you think about consistency in your practice, commitment in your practice. This is why it's really recommended to practice every single day so that your commitment to the practice starts to extend and starts to feel more and more natural, more and more integrated. There's an expression that I like to use called living the yogi life. And when you live the yogi life, it means that you're naturally drawn into the practice every single day. And then you take those lessons that you learn on your mat when you figured out what yoga is, you learn how to commit, you learn how to establish new patterns of more positive thinking about yourself and about the world. You learn to establish more peace, more kindness in your heart. And then you make the commitment in the same way that you did on your mat to take it into your everyday life. Then yoga has the power to change your world. But first you need to learn the basics of commitment, just how to commit to yourself. Commitment also carries with it kind of a seed of worthiness, a seed of self-worth. It's as though you're saying to yourself, I commit to me to carve out as little as 5 minutes a day to get on the mat and do my practice. That's a really important statement of self-worth. There are so many people out there, myself included, who have struggled with low self-worth, feelings of low self-esteem, feeling like we're not good enough, feeling like you're not the right size or the right shape, or you haven't been to the right school or don't have the right job, or it's generally not enough. When you commit to something that's truly for yourself, a healing practice like yoga, it's like saying to yourself, hey self, I believe in you. I believe in you, I love you, I commit to you. So what do you say? Are you ready to commit to yourself? Are you ready to commit to the practice and join me every day for the next 31 days this entire month and practice yoga and change your world? If you are, join the Yoga Is Challenge and get your free video today. So you want to click the link. I'm going to put it down in the bottom of the video. You can click the link and join the challenge. Leave any questions, comments, things about the practice, and I'll be popping on either live or in a recorded video in case I'm traveling or something like that to answer questions and keep you committed to the practice and go over the themes of each day. Now, you may be wondering, where's the yoga pose of the day? This is a challenge. Where's the practice? Remember what I said, the challenge is on omstars.com, free for everyone. If you sign up, you get a free month of all of the challenge classes and all of the classes that are available on Omstars. Here, I'll be talking to you about the philosophy, answering the questions about what yoga really is, what the practice brings up, and keeping you inspired to get back on the mat every day and keep practicing. I hope you're ready to commit to yourself. I hope you're ready to commit to the practice. And I hope this commitment plants the seed in your heart of a happier and more peaceful life, because that's the real promise of yoga. More than any poses, more than any shapes or stretching or lift-ups or anything like that, yoga is about finding the true space of healing in your heart and living a happier and more peaceful life. Thanks so much for joining, everyone. I hope you're inspired by the practice. Namaste.